back with another one. And in this video topic today, I want to discuss what the problem is with churches today. The problem with churches, it doesn't only regard churches. It also regards any religious place that people go to worship our Creator, God. The problem with them being mosques, temples, churches, is that people have come to rely upon these places as the place to worship God. People recognize these places as the place that you worship God. And in recognizing that, and in doing that, people have failed to realize that God is closer to them than they could have ever imagined. Because God is within us all. And God being within us all, we can worship God anywhere in any place. There is no one certain place that we have to go to in order to come in communion with God. That doesn't go to say that we can't go to churches or we don't have to go to churches. Because with any religion, with any sect, whatever it is, when it comes to worshiping God, it's always better when it's done in groups. God says, wherever 3 or more gather in my name, there will he be also. Now, God is within us all, yes, but when 3 people come together, the power of 3, God is amplified more than ever. That's what that means. But God is within us all. Churches, temples, mosques, they're all a place to worship, yes. We come together as a community and recognize God, our Creator. But just because this has become a place of community, it does not mean that everybody within the community is worshiping God with you. Some people have infiltrated the community in order to bring it down. That does not mean that we should not go to church or that we shouldn't get with others in order to worship. The problem that I have realized is some people have become too dependent on the church in order to connect with God. People have become so dependent on the church that they've neglected their daily activities. Like, they're no longer taking care of their own life. They depend on the church to connect with God, and them thinking that God is within the church only. And that right there is the problem. Becoming so dependent on the church to connect with God that you neglect your daily life activities. You neglect your connection with people around you. You no longer pay attention to how you treat others or how you make others feel. You become so dependent on the church that all you see is going to church all the time, not realizing that church is within you. The church of God is not some physical place. Well, it is a physical place, but the physical place is us, not some building out there somewhere outside of us. The church of God is us people, the people of God. We are the church. We are the worship centers. Not some building out there where we go to worship God. Yes, again, these buildings are great to form a community because having a community is significant. It helps us better know God from other people's perspectives of who God is. But we cannot become so dependent on the community that we neglect our own connection with God. And neglecting our own connection with God, we neglect our own life, our own daily activities. And for now, this is all I have to say on that point. The church of God is not outside of us, so we should not be so dependent on the building to be able to connect with God. We are the church of God. We ourselves are the connection with God. The community is not our connection with God. We ourselves have to connect with God personally on our own. And that's all I have to say, folks. Wish y'all peace. Yeah.